In this section, we shall be looking at fillet welds. Fillet welds are used in the creation of T-joints, inside corner joints, and lap joints. We will demonstrate the process of welding a lap joint. The preparation of our demonstration exercise begins with setting up the metal plates on a suitable support base. An extra piece of plate of the same thickness as the work is used to support the plate to be welded. Next, the plates involved in the joint are tack welded at each end. This is the underside. We now have the workpiece that can be used for the practice exercise. A close inspection, however, reveals that the two mating plates are not in close contact with each other. This condition will cause poor heat transfer during the welding process and result in a weak joint. Tapping the joint with a hammer should improve the contact between the plates. Next, we need to set up the workpiece back onto the jig and move it into a comfortable welding position. Next, the far end of the joint is tacked on the side to be welded. This is done to prevent that end from lifting during the final welding process. The actual weld now commences at the opposite end of the work and is made in the leftward direction. You must be aware that when welding this type of joint, that the heat from the torch nozzle will tend to transfer more rapidly into the top plate. For this reason, the nozzle should be directed slightly toward the lower plate in order to draw the heat toward the base plate. If the heat is concentrated too much onto the thin edge of the upper plate, then you will find that the weld will build up more on the top plate, but less on the lower plate, resulting in a weak weld. Ideally, the welding bead must span equally across both upper and lower sections. Let us watch how this is achieved in practice. Note how the filler rod is dipped into the pool. You can also see that the nozzle is directed toward the lower plate as mentioned earlier. This is a key factor in the welding of any fillet-type joint. Keep a watchful eye on the weld as you continue along the joint. When the welding is completed, allow the work to cool and then check the quality of the weld. The width of the weld bead all along the run should be consistent and uniform in shape.